It's your boy Seal. Your boy. With another episode of Un-American to Be American. Hey, I got a cheesy smile on my face. I just did some fucking research that I already knew the answer to, but guess what? I had to do it anyways. People, you need a fact check. You don't give us no information. You don't give us no... What's that? Oh, it's fucking notes. Shit on a stick. He got notes? Yeah, we fucking got notes today. So, last episode I went on a rage or a little rant about how there are black people figures in the community that have a little voice, or they have a voice in the community. You know, they have TV shows. They're on TV shows on these news networks and shit. They're on these powerful networks, and so they have a voice. The thing is that it doesn't matter if they have a voice, because the people they're working for are the same people that degrade and go out of their way to spin a narrative. Jeez, oh, Lizzo. It happens in threes. That's one. Excuse me. So, these guys on networks, and these guys dedicate their time to spin a narrative on the black culture. When they sit there and when they show something in the black culture, it's always one black guy walking with torn up jeans, dirty ass white shirt from the liquor store, or they show women with the fucking weave in their hair, fucking long ass nails, and these designer purses that they can't afford, or they show bust up, beat down cars, or they try to find the most ignorant motherfucker in the crowd to talk to, you know, shit like that. They spin a narrative. That's what their job is, to spin a narrative. They want to make people think that black people are stupid. They want to make people think that black people don't know what the fuck to do without the government. They can't operate on their own. They can't do anything on their own. They're just so fucking reliable on the government. Oh, government, save me. Oh, government, save me. We can't do shit without the government. Fuck out of here. So, those guys aren't a threat. So I was talking about Tupac Shakur. The dude. The man. You know. Bitch. Fuck out of here. Stupid ass motherfucker. Sorry about that. Somebody slamming doors. This motherfucker slamming the doors so hard, goddamn whole building. Get the fuck out of here. So Tupac Shakur. You don't know about Tupac. He was going around trying to organize gangs, trying to make peace between the gangs, and he was doing like what the Panthers were doing before they were, thanks to bitch ass J. Edgar Hoover, who gave the order to annihilate any and everything fucking moving that was considered resistance. His bitch ass did. So, the Panthers, he was doing just like the Panthers. Of course, his mother was Afeni Shakur, a Panther, one of the Panther 21. So, he was doing like the Panthers were doing. They were trying to unite gangs, and they were trying to stop the violence in the street, bring the gangs together, and then with the gangs, they have a huge membership, and then turn it political, and then combine. If you get people in the street to put down their guns and say, look, stop killing each other, come together, we can do so much more together. Come together, and those guns you got, use them to protect your community instead of kill people in your community. Bring everybody together. Politicize the gangs. That way and then combine with the other Panther groups, and then after you do that, you'll have a big machine working for the community. Minority community. Okay? Minority community. So you'll have gangs, you'll have Panthers, everybody is under a political banner. So Tupac was trying to do the same thing. He was trying to still carry that dream on. And Tupac, in an interview, said that if he was to live for a couple more years, he was going to get a party for minorities. He said black people, but minorities. You know, he was going to get their own party. Of course, we all know he died. He was shot. He died. Gone. Never got a chance to try to do that. So here's the thing. After he died, nobody else has spoken about getting and starting their own party. Nobody. Got all these motherfuckers with all this money, and like I was saying in the last video, there's no excuse for it. You have all these black people, you got all these sports stars, you got all these actors, you got all these scientists, because there are black scientists. There are black inventors. All these scientists to where they can start their own party. Come together, get Oprah, get Jay-Z, get Beyonce, get Denzel Washington, get whoever you want. All these people that are black, get them together. Stop goddamn on the door, you little bitch. Get all these people together, unite, put the money up, run a campaign. Now, you can do this. How can you do it, Elliot? Run as an independent. When you run as an independent, then they're like, hey, what do you guys represent? Look, we're running as independent. This is our party. Put the money up, run. Pay for commercials. Pay for airtime. Have people endorse you. Have people get the word out. Black people can network. Don't let them fool you and think we can't network. Look. If LeBron James could put a pair of shoes on and sell all these shoes and make Nike all this money, what makes you think we can't network? If Taraji Henson can play freaking on Empire and it'd be the #1 show on Fox, or what makes you think we can't network? People are watching her. People are watching LeBron. People are looking at him. People are looking at her. We can network. Bring your money together, put it up, you can campaign. Ever since Tupac died, nobody wanted to do that. Now, there's a lot of people today say, black people don't got nobody to lead them, as if you need somebody to lead you. Black people don't got no leaders. There are no more people that are outspoken in the community that can lead us. Let's see. Martin Luther King died. Malcolm X died. People in the Panthers died. All those people were serious about what they were talking about. And those people there, they got killed because they were a threat. When you're not a threat, you can live as long as you want because you're not shit. You're not a blip on their radar. You know? So, those people are dead. Now, here's what we need to understand. Me and you. You ever wonder why in the history book they tell you Martin Luther King was shot and killed? Do you ever wonder why in the history book they tell you that Lincoln was shot and killed? Do you ever wonder why in the history book they tell you John F. Kennedy was shot and killed? Do you ever wonder why in the history book they tell you that Malcolm X was shot and killed? I'm sure there's a lot more people that have been shot and killed, but they put these 4 main people inside the history book to let you know that you can be touched. You can be eliminated anytime they want to eliminate you. That is a fear tactic. Martin Luther King died. Malcolm X died. Nobody in the black community wants to step. Like, fuck that. You know, the ones that got a voice. They're like, fuck that. We're not going to step up and then get killed like him. Then they killed JFK. Well, they did him like that. What do you think they're going to do to us? It's a fear tactic. That's what they do. It's a fear tactic. That's what they do. So instead of us unite and take our own party, make our own party and run as an independent, because we got the money and the resources as far as the culture is concerned. Not me personally. Shit, I don't have nothing. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. But there are people, millionaires, sports stars, you know, sports. You want to talk about sports, entertainment, all that. There are black people that are up there on the ladder that got the means to bring this together. That can make it happen. And just run as independent. But I gotta give you the bad news. The culture has been sabotaged. Alien, how has the culture been sabotaged? Alien, you gotta be lying. The culture was sabotaged. It's been sabotaged. The culture was sabotaged. And you could tell this last election cycle, Hillary Clinton had ties to 2 KKK members. Van Jones, who's black, who should be working for us, who should be looking out for the culture. He didn't say anything about it. Because he's a puppet. Hillary Clinton's allowed to come in front of black people, throw some little rap music on, and do the nay-nay. That is a slap in my face. That is disrespectful to me. Don't try to emulate what somebody does in the culture. That's called culture vulture. Don't try to do these dances and try to be cool to the hip young people. The hip young people were with Bernie. They didn't give a shit about you, Hillary. So we've been sabotaged. There are black people within the culture that are sabotaging us. They are working with the establishment. Obama is. He gets in as president, his first thing to do is bail out the banks. Give all the banks money. The same banks he gave money to were the same ones sitting at the Super Bowl in $2.3 million suites. Same ones that got $2 million bonuses. You understand what I'm saying? He gave them, Obama gave them money, but didn't give you shit. And guess who got to pay that money back? My kids, their kids, their kids' kids. Thanks, Obama. He's working for the establishment. Marcus Garvey, if you know who that is, he was sabotaged. There were people in his camp that were informants that were sabotaging him. With the Panthers, there was somebody in the camp of the Panthers that sabotaged him. When Fred Hampton got killed, there was a Panther member who slipped him something in his drink that put him out, and then they busted the door down and killed him in his bed. Man wasn't resisting arrest; he was fucking asleep, and they shot him up. So understand, there's people in the culture that are sabotaging the culture and the motherfucking movement. That's why black people are still where they are right now, because there are people that are sabotaging it. The people that are sabotaging it now are telling you to keep voting Republican or to keep voting Democrat. They don't even say Republican anymore. They say vote Democrat. Why? Martin Luther King voted Republican. Let's put this. And this is where the book comes in handy. You saw motherfuckers that keep saying vote Democrat. Vote Democrat for what? Give me a reason. Well, vote Democrat. We always vote Democrat. For what? So let me give you a history lesson. Since you motherfuckers always talking about some vote Democrat. You don't care who the fuck the Republican is. You don't care what their damn agenda is. You don't care what shit that they fucking are fucking talking about. You just say vote Democrat. History lesson. Republicans are the ones who abolished slavery. Republicans, not Democrats. History lesson. Fact. Democrats are the party that was known for the KKK. They were affiliated with the KKK. Had a lot of KKK members. So here's the deal. Lincoln abolishes slavery. When Lincoln abolishes slavery, the KKK is invented. Okay? Now, let me read this, because you guys don't gonna get it. So let's go ahead and get it. Let's see where it is, because I had it here and it's gone. Okay, so Lincoln abolished slavery. After Lincoln abolished slavery, Lincoln dedicated land to freed slave members. Should I say, Sherman issued special field, General Sherman. So Civil War, General Sherman issued Special Field Order 15, and President Lincoln approved it. 40,000 freedmen settled on 400,000 acres of land. Hence the term 40 acres and a meal. So there really was black men, freedmen, free people, that had 40 acres and a meal. The land was theirs. They had their own community and they governed themselves. That's real. Who gave that? Lincoln. What was Lincoln? A Republican. Fucking a box. Maybe that's why Martin Luther King voted Republican. Or could it be that the first black senators and representatives were black were Republicans? Fuck. Could that be why Martin Luther King voted Republican? Shit on a fucking stick. You can't. No. We've been told Democrat. No. Now, after Lincoln got assassinated, President Andrew Johnson went in and took back the land. He busted up Special Field Order 15. He did away with it. So the land, the 400,000 acres of land, he took away from them. He told them that they could lease the land, which means they had to pay. Before they didn't have to pay. Okay, the land was there. It was given to them by Sherman. Lincoln had agreed to it. Johnson comes and sits there and says, "Look, fuck y'all. That's our land, not your land. I don't give a shit about you black people." That's what he said. And guess what? Guess what Andrew Johnson was? Guess what President Andrew Johnson was? Could you guess? He's a fucking Democrat. Hold up. Hillary? Bill? The same people I told you were praising Robert Byrd, a known fucking KKK, a known fucking KKK member? What? And President Andrew Johnson was a fucking Democrat? They have a lot in common, don't they? Oh, I'm gonna let you know what else President Andrew Johnson has in common with your ex-president Bill Clinton in a minute, who's also a Democrat. So, Andrew Johnson says, "Look, that's null and void. Fuck y'all." He takes the land and sells it back to guess who? The slave owners. Wow. We just fought a war to end slavery. Well, the war was really to keep the Union together, but it also ended slavery. So this war ended slavery, and then we sell the fucking land and we get to the slaves back to the slaveholders. So now the slaves, the people that were once slaves, have to go back to work for the slave owners. Do you get this now? Do you know who put you in that system? A Democrat. So, we come to our black senator, Robert Smalls, black politician, served in Congress. This guy was Republican. Now, here's what the thing is. These guys are Democrats. The KKK are mostly Democrats. A lot of the old war heroes from the Confederate go into politics. Here's what they want to do. And here's their plan. Because it's smart. What they do as Democrats is they start infiltrating the Republican Party. So there are KKK members who go into politics as Democrats. And then some of them, they change their party affiliation to Republican. They infiltrate the Republican Party. So now you have KKK members, majority of them are Democrats, and some are switching their party affiliation to Republicans, saying they're Republicans, but they're KKK members that are really Democrats. So now they are trying to run the Democratic Party and then fucking up the Republican Party to where nothing gets done for black folks. That was their plan. And they succeeded. So Robert Smalls sits there. He gets elected. On July 4th, 1876, he's trying to take his office. And he's met by an angry white mob in North Augusta. And they start firing on the building. You have an angry mob of white men firing on I think he's a senator at this time? He's a congressman. So they're firing on his building. Run him off. Now, when they run him off, the Union doesn't do shit. You want to know why the Union doesn't do shit? You want to know why the Republicans don't do shit? Because Republicans have been infiltrated by Democrats. who were KKK members. So these Republicans, they're not going to go save them. They're not going to say, look, that guy was in office. He's out of office now. And a dirty old Democrat KKK member steps in and takes control of that office. That's history. That happened. It's fucking fact. It's fact. Now, why don't you know about this? You don't know about this because after the war ended, now that you're free, you can educate yourself. Now, you're African American, or you're black, or you're a Negro. If you're a Negro, African American, black, what the fuck you want to sit there and put yourself as? You're not teaching yourself African ways. They haven't been in Africa in a long time, so they're not teaching you African ways. They're not talking about Egyptian gods. You have black people that get freed after slavery, that are worshiping, that have the same religion as their oppressor. They're learning history, the same history, no, different history, because the books were altered because they didn't want them learning anything really important. So the books they're getting are from the oppressor. The religion they're getting, that they have, is from the oppressor. The religion, from the oppressor. The books they're learning from the oppressor. Their way of life, shown to them by the oppressor. You don't have room to grow if everything you know and everything that's been done and given to you is from the oppressor. You can't be your own identity. Not only so, let's also say this about your president Andrew Johnson, how he relates to Bill Clinton. How he relates to Bill Clinton is that they end up they end the federal. Well, I don't think it was him. It might not even been. Hold up. If it's 1866, it was him. It might not be him. Well, the federal government passed a law that former slave states reinstated the peonage system. Basically, if you are convicted of a crime, you are forced to go to jail and do labor for free, which is the same fucking thing as slavery, right? You do any stupid small thing, you get locked up, or you're convicted of a crime, you're forced to work for free in a jail. So, Reagan says there's a war on drugs. Bill Clinton passes this law that is so fucking destructive to black families. Destroys the families. A lot of black men getting locked up for stupid shit. Some of them, they deserve to get locked up. Not all of them. Some of them are getting locked up for stupid ass shit. And they're working in these jails for companies like Victoria's Secrets, companies like Walmart, companies like Gucci, all these other companies. They're working in these jails for these companies and making these lots of these products. They're making these companies millions of dollars for free. That's how Bill Clinton attributed to what this is. And when these guys get out of jail after serving their time and paying their debt to society, they can't even get jobs at these same places. They can't get a female who was incarcerated for 7 years. She can't get a job at Victoria's Secret. Can she? She can't get a job at Gucci, can she? No. They do background checks. They don't want her. She's filth in their eyes. But it wasn't a problem when she was making that shit for free now, was it? Understand your history. Democrats do not deserve your vote. Republicans do not deserve your vote. They have been infiltrated by the KKK, which is why nothing is happening to brothers and sisters. Nobody's being saved for a reason. You have old money. When I say old money, some of you understand what the term old money means. Old money regulating how things go down in the system. The establishment, that's old money, runs the establishment. Old money. People that's had money since the fucking 1800s. Since some of them since 1700s. Some of them since the fucking since the goddamn Middle Ages. Old money is running the fucking establishment. So nothing's gonna be changing because you have KKK members that are Republican and Democrat. They've been infiltrated. So you can't expect anything from them. Which is why Tupac Shakur was trying to establish a party for minorities on his own. With the help of others, of course, but that was the goal. Because he sees this. He understands this. He knows a little bit of history. Tupac wasn't stupid. He read books. Books. Lots of books. He was an intelligent brother. You understand what I'm saying? He understands how this stuff works. So, that's what they want us to do. Martin Luther King was Republican. And we know Lincoln freed slaves. Lincoln approved 400,000 acres for freed slaves to work on, to govern themselves without any of the United States of America's help. That's called giving us freedom. He did that. A racist Democrat, President Andrew Johnson, took office after Lincoln died because he was the vice president, so the power goes to him. He was a Democrat and a racist, and he reversed everything. And was even trying to get the 14th Amendment stripped away. They end up impeaching him. So understand, that guy, all that crap about Democrats are so good to black people they care about, fuck out of here. They don't. It's a ruse. They've got a lot of these motherfucking black people with voices that are talking about Democrat Party. I love Democrat, I love Democrat, I love Democrat. Go to the inner cities, and how long has the inner city been Democrat, and see how the inner city looks. See how run down it looks. See how many people walking around. See how many buildings got fucking cardboard over them. Not cardboard, plywood over them. And the windows with X marks on them. Land is fucking vacant. Condemned houses and shit. See how much of that you see. And then ask yourself, who was running this city? What party was running this city? Unless you know something. People say, Republicans this, Republicans that. Look at the whole picture. And even if you say Republican, you still got to understand, once again, they've been infiltrated by KKK. That's what they do. Also ask yourself, why in the hell is since these old KKK members they have a lot of power, why the hell is there a KKK memorial in Washington, D.C.? It's not of Robert E. Lee. It's of Albert Pike, a general from Civil War. Albert Pike. He's the creator of the word communist. He created that theory. Maybe he created that theory because the Russians kept the Brits from interfering and helping the South. So maybe his whole idea was to get revenge on Russia by creating this big boogeyman by using fancy words that nobody has ever heard of. I will ask this question, and I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to ask you because you're not going to have an answer. When did you first hear the word communist? Was Alexander the Great communist? When historians talk about Alexander the Great, do they say communist? When they talk about Hannibal, do they say communist? When they talk about Julius Caesar, do they say communist? When they talk about Genghis Khan, do they say communist? Communists did not come around till the 20th century. 1900s is when the word communist popped up. That's funny, isn't it? And once again, why is Albert Pike, his statue in Washington, D.C.? A known KKK Southern general. 33 degree Mason. 33 degree Mason is in Washington, D.C. Think about it. And we'll talk next time about these racist punks that have infiltrated our government and that don't give a shit about me or you. Bye.